Welcome on in, everyone, to the All Aussie Rules YouTube channel. This is a special episode for you today. We're going to be doing my All AFL first and second team of the year 2024. The awards night is officially announced tonight when this video is released, tomorrow for me, recording this right now. But awards night is tonight, so we'll be finding out the official All-Australian team of 2024. So before you do that, check out this video. We're going to be rolling through my first and second team for 2024. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Plenty of content all over the place. We have 2 podcasts that go live every week on Spotify and YouTube. One on Monday and one on Friday, so go check them out. Previewing, reviewing, all that sort of stuff. Also, right here where you are right now, plenty of videos go live every week. There's a lot of content over the next 3 or 4 weeks planned, so stick around. You'll see a lot. There's content on every team, there's content on all the matches, plenty to look at. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, check out all the content. Also, plenty of social media content over on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we've got it. Check it out at All Aussie Rules on them all. Go check it out. Without any further ado, let's jump into our first team. We'll start with the number 1 team. No point on being backwards to go forwards. But speaking of backwards, our backline for my All AFL team this season is as follows. Before we start naming players, I mean, you can already read them, but I've kind of tried to keep them in position. So I'm playing 3 general defenders and 3 key defenders, playing 2 wingmen, playing 3 general forwards, 3 key forwards, and then we've got a ruckman and a ruckman on the bench as well. So across the 2 teams, there's plenty of opportunities for all positions. They had to have played quite a bit of football in each position. For example, you can see Harry Sheasel, half-back flank. He started the year on the back flank. He did move midfield. He did move forward a little bit at times throughout the year, but he did definitely play plenty of time in the back line, so he is there. Anyway, back pocket. Our 2 back pockets are Max Holmes and Jeremy McGovern. Obviously, one of them is a general defender in Max Holmes. Averaging 24 touches a game, he was outstanding. 553 metres gained. He was really good. Solid amount of intercepts. Just a really good season from him. Jeremy McGovern in the other back pocket is a key defender. Had plenty of it. Leading disposal getter, I think, for all key defenders. Chuck in 7, or basically 8 intercepts per game. Solid one-on-one loss percentage. A really good year from him. At full back, we got Sam Collins. Probably, according to the AFL ratings, which you can see there, 13.39, he is the highest rated key backman this season. He was really, really good. Over 8 intercepts, almost 7 spoils per game. Very, very low one-on-one loss percentage. 15.79 is really good. As you can see, we'll get to Harris Andrews in a minute, but Harris Andrews is slightly ahead of him, but those 2 are both outstanding in that area. Hence why they're both in my All AFL first team. On the back flank, one side is Harry Sheasel. As we mentioned, he's been outstanding this year, taking his game to another level. Averaging almost 30 disposals a game, 29.8, 420 metres gained. Solid amount of intercepts, especially seeing he moved into the forward line and midfield as the season went along. Disposal efficiency very solid. On the other back flank, Jack Sinclair, a little bit maybe a surprise to some, but he had an outstanding season. AFL rating of 14.91 is really good. 27 touches, 460 metres gained per game. Really good disposal of the ball. Just an outstanding effort from him. And centre half back, Harris Andrews, really, really good. 13 touches a game, 14.1% loss percentage in one-on-ones is outstanding. 7.5 intercepts, 7.5 spoils. So just an outstanding season from him, and I think I think he deserves his spot in this team at centre half back. We'll jump into our forward line. We'll jump straight across to the other end of the field. First up, half forward flank, Dylan Moore. I think it's hard to argue. I've been on his case for a long time as pushing for this team selection. He was probably very crucial early season when they were losing, but also when they first started winning, he was their best player regularly. And then the rest of the team kind of caught up, but that he was pivotal in getting them going, I think. 23 games, really good rating, almost 20 touches a game, 35 goals for the year's outstanding, 7.35 score involvements, really outstanding season from him. Other half-forward flank is another medium-sized forward. This one's Tyson Stengel. Only 13.5 disposals a game, but an extra 7 goals than Dylan Moore got, 42 for the season, 6.13 score involvements. His disposal efficiency isn't great, but really good around the goals. Centre half forward, Tyson Stengel's teammate, Jeremy Cameron. 58 goals, hard to go past him for this honour, I guess. Second highest goal scorer for the year in the AFL. 7.27 score involvements per game. His contested marks and his one-on-one win percentage is pretty low, but that's not kind of really how he plays the game. For a key forward, he gets out, he runs up and down the ground. He gets plenty of the ball and kicks goals when he finished the season strongly. He kicks goals regularly, so lots of goals. So yeah, he deserves his spot, I think. Then in the full forward line, forward pocket is our third general medium-sized forward. It's Brent Daniels from GWS. 10 touches a game, 23 goals, really good. Just over 6 score involvements per game. Very similar season to Tyson Stengel, just a lot less goals, I guess, but was doing other things with it. So he was good. Other forward pocket is, I guess, our third best key forward for the year. 21 games, 57 goals, third in the Coleman medal. A solid AFL rating. Just over 7 score involvements per game, so just behind Jeremy Cameron in that area. Really good contested marker, solid 35% one-on-one win percentage. So yeah, an outstanding season from him. And then our final position, which was actually the first position I filled up in my All-Oz team when doing this, was the full forward, Jesse Hogan. He won the Coleman medal. He 100% deserves a spot in this team, and we're better to put in the full forward. He had an outstanding season. Some of his work was outstanding. 69 goals for the year. Really good return from him. 6.61 score involvements. Almost 2.5 contested marks a game, and that one-on-one win percentage is insanity. 51% is huge, and 100% the reason why he won the Coleman. There was that he just dominates one-on-one contests apparently, and also he's very accurate at kicking goals. So outstanding season from him, and a worthy recipient of full forward and of also the Coleman medal this year, so well done to him. We'll jump into our midfield lineup for our AFL first team. First up, our 2 wingmen. Errol Goulden on one side was standout, 100%, no doubt about it. He is in this team. If you're putting actual wingmen, he has to be the first one picked. He was by far the best wingman. 27.5 touches, solid disposal efficiency, not great, but solid. Over 7.5 score involvements per game, and 570 metres per game is really good. On the other wing is Blake Acres. He missed 1 game. He was solid, 22.5 touches, 4.7 score involvements, really good disposal efficiency. To be honest, it was 3 players fighting for that one spot. The other 2 are both in the All-AFL second team, so we'll get to them shortly. All 3 of them were very similar numbers-wise. I gave the nod to Blake Acres. I don't know 100% if that was the right call, but that's the way I have gone And in the centre, our vice-captain for the team, Paddy Cripps, outstanding season. 28.7 disposals a game, over 8 clearances a game. Led the league in contested football, over 7 score involvements per game, 16 goals for the year. You could read out all these numbers, and they are all outstanding across the board. And then the rest of the midfield, our starting ruckman is Max Gawn. 21 games, 19 touches, 5 clearances, 34 hitouts, 9.5 hitouts to advantage. He kicks lots of goals, he gets lots of ball, he does everything around the ground, and I think he deserves the spot as the number 1 ruckman in the ALL-AFL team. As I mentioned before, there will be a second ruckman sitting on the bench as well, which we'll get to shortly. Our rover is Isaac Heaney. 5 weeks in, he looked a shoo-in for this award, and he kind of dropped off a little bit, but nowhere near enough to put him out of this team. He's had an outstanding season across the board, averaging 25 touches per game, almost 6 clearances, and then chuck in 8, close enough to 8 score involvements per game. 28 goals is an awesome return, and yeah, he's just done just about everything this year, so he deserves his spot. And then our ruck rover is our captain, Marcus Bontempelli. Coming into the year, we said he's the best player in the game, and he lived up to it. Outstanding season. Slightly lower disposals than someone like Paddy Cripps, but what he does is just so damaging. 26 touches, just over 6 clearances, 8.4 score involvements per game, 31 goals for the season. He's everything you want from a captain and from a midfielder in the modern game. He does it all. And there's no way you could make this team without him, I don't think. We'll now look at our 4 bench players. So I've gone 3 midfielders and a ruckman. It's probably not a perfect situation, but it's the way I've decided I'm doing it. Lachie Neale, solid season, almost 30 touches a game, 7.5 clearances, 6.8 score involvements, 13 goals. Unlucky not to be on the field. He's going to be a danger for the Brownlow, I think. It's probably a 3-way go between him, Nick Dacos and Paddy Cripps. But I just worry mostly about this guy because he won it last year, and I personally think he's been better this year than he was last year. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out on Brownlow night, but he's worthy of a spot in this team. Nick Dacos is next. Averaged 30.7 disposals per game, 7.7 clearances, 7.4 score involvements, kicked 20 goals. He was crucial in keeping Collingwood alive for so long this season. He was very important in getting them over the line in multiple games. Next up, Caleb Sarong. He had an outstanding year as well. 29.4 touches, 7.6 clearances, 6.8 score involvements, 11 goals. A really good season. And our 4th bench player is our backup ruckman, Tristan Xerri. Outstanding year. 18 disposals, a lot of clearances, 6.6. Hit out work can do with some improving, but it's still pretty good overall. So yeah, that's him. Outstanding effort from him, and well done to all 22 players in our ALL-AFL first team. Next up, we will have a look at our second team. Once again, starting with the back line. We'll go through this one a bit quicker. In the back pockets, we have Luke Ryan from Fremantle and James Sicily, who is our vice-captain. Both outstanding seasons. Both over 20 disposals per game, which is crazy for James Sicily as a key defender. Although he doesn't always play key defender, I guess. He also goes forward a little bit. He's kicked, I don't know exactly how many goals off the top of my head, but he kicked multiple goals this year. Yeah, those two both outstanding. Our fullback, Jacob Wiedering, unlucky not to make it into the first team. That one-on-one loss percentage is outstanding. His intercepts are great. His spoils are good. Just missed out on beating out Harris Andrews, I think. But I think Harris Andrews and Sam Collins were both worthy. Jacob Wiedering, fullback. Halfback flanks are Dan Houston and Sam Flanders. Flanders, massive ball winner this year, 30.9 disposals per game. He was outstanding. And Dan Houston was great as well, 23 touches, over 5 intercepts as a medium-sized backman is really good. Centre half-back, Callum Wilkie from St Kilda. Once again, another really good defender, one-on-one, has had an outstanding year. Really good interceptor, really good season from him all round. Up in the forward line, our two flankers, Toby Green, who has certainly not had as good a season as last year, but he still had a very good year. He ended up with 41 goals. In comparison to other medium-sized forwards, was very good. Score involvement, 6.7 per game, so really good there. Brian Myers, he was good as well. Probably also not as good as he's been the last couple years, but 20 touches per game. 16 goals, 6.4 score involvements, just over 1 goal assist a game. Really good year. Centre half forward, Harry Mackay, 46 goals, over 6 score involvements per game, 2 contested marks a game. Really good year from him. Our two forward pockets, Jake Stringer, he geeked 42 goals, earned his spot in this team due to just that amount of goals. 42 solid, really good goals. 5.4 score involvements per game. Our other forward pocket is our 6th best tall forward of the year, Ben King. Kicked 55 goals in the end, 4.96 score involvements, a solid one-on-one win percentage, a really good year from him. And our full forward of our second team is Jake Waterman. Had an outstanding round 4 to round 8 period. He didn't sustain it for the whole year, but still really good numbers. 53 goals on the year, 6.3 score involvements, 1.6 contested marks, 35% win percentage on the one-on-one contest. So really good season from him. We'll jump into our midfield line. Our two wingers of our second team, Massimo D'Ambrosio from Hawthorn. Really good year, almost 21 disposals per game, 4.5 score involvements, 337 metres per game. On the other wing, we have Josh Dacos. Almost 25 disposals a game, just under 5 score involvements, and 430 metres per game is a really good return from him. Not as good as he was last year, a little bit of a drop-off, but I think certainly towards the later part of the season he really got back into his best form. Zach Butters in the centre, I think he was the most unlucky player to not make the first team. Really good season from him. 28.7 disposals per game, 5 clearances, 7.4 score involvements, 13 goals. Really good output. Our ruckman on our second team. First up is Rowan Marshall. Really good year. Over 20 disposals a game. His hit-out work is probably the lowest of the top 4 or 5 ruckmen in the league this year, but still a really outstanding return from him. Rover, we've got Adam Treloar, 31.68 disposals per game. Led the league in disposals this season. Disposals per game, at least. 5.77 clearances, over 7 score involvements, 15 goals. I think this has been his best season to date. Really good return. Our captain of our second team is Zach Merritt in Ruck Rover. Over 28 touches, 4 clearances, 7 score involvements, 14 goals. After about round 13, I probably would have said that he was certainly very, very close to being in the first team. His last 10 weeks, while not bad, probably not quite as good as some of the others who all earned their spot in the first team. We jump onto our interchange bench. First up, Hayden Young. Great season from him. I think he's, in my opinion, Fremantle's most important midfielder. 23.8 touches, 5 clearances, 7 score involvements, 13 goals. I think he's that class that finishes it. The others, Caleb Sarong and Brayshaw and even Fife, are the big in and under players that getting those clearances. Hayden Young still gets 5 clearances a game, so very good, but he's the one that is the class that finishes it and makes it look good. Bailey Dale as a back flanker makes it to my bench as well. 25 touches for almost 500 metres a game, over 5 intercepts, really high disposal efficiency. Great season from him. Chad Warner is our third bench player, second midfielder on the bench. 24 touches, 32 goals for the season, over 7.5 score involvements per game. Outstanding season from him. And our final interchange spot goes to our fourth ruckman. This was a toss-up between Brodie Grundy and Darcy Cameron from Collingwood, and Brodie Grundy got the tick. Just got the nod, 18 touches a game, 32 hit-outs, 9 of those to advantage per game, almost 5 clearances, an outstanding season. The area that Darcy Cameron probably beats all the other ruckmen in this year is his intercept work. But as a ruckman, I think Brodie Grundy probably just gets it. His finish to the season, not outstanding, but some of his work, especially early season, was very, very good and showed why he is an All-Australian ruckman of previous years. And that is our two teams, all 44 players from both teams, from the first and second. They're my teams. So don't forget to check out the AFL All-Australian announcement. We'll see how my teams compare to theirs. We obviously know that my team's not going to be the same. I'll be posting these on social media at some point in the next day or so check them all out. I thank you for tuning in this week. Next week are all huge weeks for us over here at All Aussie Rules YouTube. There's team reviews for every team as they get knocked out. So we're working our way through the bottom 10 at the moment. We've done a couple. The next one will be West Coast on Saturday, so check them all out. Podcast will be going live tomorrow. It'll be our preview episode of round 1 of the AFLW, so check that out. Big season of the AFLW starting up this weekend. I'm pretty excited for that, so tune in for that. And also next week is finals, September action. We'll be doing our preview episode of that for the podcast. Will be coming out on Monday next week, so tune in for that. Big weeks of football coming up. Thanks for tuning in. This was my All AFL team for 2024. Thank you. Good night.